time for a match, and we're actually in the finals again. Yay! And so far we have beaten red-green werewolves and actually blue-white spirits. And now we're on the play. We have an enabler, we have a miller, and we have an emerge creature. And yeah, the deck has worked very good. I've been able to filter through the deck, draw a lot of cards, bounce draw a card, griff draw a card, and finding the removal when I need it, and stuff like that. And so far I have not faced red, and now I'm a bit scared because red is the best color, I think, and red-white is the color pair I've made the best results with. They're usually pretty aggro, and then you really need to trade off and find removal and then try to come out on top before you die. So we'll see if it works. We could just play the brute, get some self-mill going, maybe trade off with the vampire and then try to go. Because I do want a target for the scuttler, not just play it and have nothing to get back. Yeah, now we have, and this has worked very well, playing either milling declaration or playing it, and then playing the scuttler and then getting it back. So I really like the scuttler in a deck with, I guess, 4 or 5 really good instants and sorceries. And I'm going to try to just trade off the brute. They could have some sort of pump spell. Okay, survive the night. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can... Spontaneous Mutation was perfect. That card has been super sweet. Now we can actually play a blocker that's big enough to block the 4/1. We draw a card, and we can have Mutation up, and if they like kill the scuttler, we can... no, we don't have the flash guy. Okay. We can... When you have the flash guy, you can usually respond by sacking your other big Eldrazi. But we still have Mutation up if they do something weird during blocking or something. And yeah, already we can give something -5, -5. No, -5, -0, obviously. So we'll see what our opponent does, if they have an attack here or not. The Thermal Alchemist will be annoying, I guess, if they get damaged through, but I mean, now we're on 18 and we have a stacked hand. So I guess just drawing a land, for example, then we could Cultist and Griff and draw 2 cards. The combo with between Cultist and Wretched Griff is very nice. Drawing 2 cards while getting a big flyer out. Okay, they're doing something. Okay, then I guess they're not attacking. That's nice, that's good. Because then we can... Okay, that was also a good draw. So yeah, we don't have to play any removal yet. We could just play out the Cultist. Do the Wretched Griff dance. Or... I mean, otherwise, yeah, the removal, I don't know, it doesn't really do much yet. No, drawing 2 cards and getting out the good blocker and good attacker, as long as they don't have, I guess, anthem effects and stuff like that. And we found a land for next turn. Yeah, the sad part about this is that I don't have Spontaneous Mutation up, but I guess I could even take a hit from something, because we can remove it later. And we have better attackers right now. So this signals that he has something, so I'm actually not going to block. Even though that guy will grow, I can just remove it next turn if I have to. And soon we can start hard casting Wretched Griff. That's not a bad feeling. I guess he's doing something already. Maybe he has the double strike. Yeah, So I'm still glad I didn't block because my creature would just have died. So now we're on pretty low life total. That was a good draw. So I guess I can just kill the Thermo Alchemist because that's actually the worst threat right now. And I can bind the big vampire. And I can have Spontaneous Mutation up. And I guess I can attack. I can attack with everything. Because I can put the mutation on the Slayer. And play Hardcast or Wretched Griff. And try to kill our opponent before. Because, I mean, he has been pretty aggro and focusing on attacking and playing combat tricks, so he hasn't even used his clues and thereby missed a few land drops. I mean, we have drawn a lot of lands, but still we have drawn a lot of extra cards, so we've also drawn spells. 2 cultists have died, we have gotten a spell back from the Scuttler, we have drawn an extra card from the Griff, and yeah. So, Spontaneous Mutation, yeah, that card has been super in this deck, because my graveyard has always been pretty full. Extractor, sacking the Vampire. I guess that's good, a good play from my opponent, because then we can't move the Bound my Moonsilver around. They're far from Delirium, so the 0-3 is just an 0-3. And I can still keep on attacking because I have a blocker that's big enough to block the 3-2. And we're not dying unless he plays a series of combat tricks. And if he has that, we might die anyway. I have to close this out now as soon as I can. And yeah, casting the Griff doesn't sound bad. I don't have anything in the graveyard that can bounce back, so I might as well just play the Terrarion. I have the Stitchwing Scab in the deck, and sometimes I will just self-milled it and discarded 2 lands and calling it back into play. Okay, if they have removal now, I go to 1. That would be annoying, but Fortune's Favor will probably find me something. I mean, we're looking at 4 cards and we're cycling a Terrarion at the same time. And okay, so now that should be game, I think, because I can just have Spell Queller up and block whatever. So opponent goes to 4, and I guess I can cycle the Terrarion and Fortune's Favor and then still have Spell Queller up, because I'm not dead on board, and I mean, worst case I can just play Spell Queller and block the 3-2. There's not much he can do at instant speed, I guess. Maybe we find something good here. And I've cast this a few times now, and my opponent has tried to trick me, and sometimes they have succeeded. But here, I mean, there could be obviously something good in pile 2, but in pile 1, I know that if something weird happens, I can still play stuff the upcoming turns. So I guess I just choose pile 1. I mean, he could have put 2 lands on the face down pile. Or he actually outsmarted me. Drag Under and Spontaneous Mutation would just have been game. But now I still have Spell Queller, so the opponent is down to 3 mana and 1 creature. If they play like a burn spell or something, I quell it. If they do nothing, I just play the Spell Queller mid-combat and block. So it should be fine. And I mean, they saw the Storm Rider Spirit, so they know that I can do that anyway. But I mean, doesn't really matter. I might as well play the cheaper guy. I know it doesn't matter. If he does nothing, I mean, if he had a burn spell or something now, Spell Queller will still be game. So now I just block. And it should be fine. Now I actually realized he didn't see that card, so maybe I shouldn't have played that. He saw the other two. Okay, so maybe I should have played the Storm Rider Spirit then. So now he knows about the Spell Queller. That was a mistake. Yeah, because the card draw spell showed him Dawngryff and Storm Rider, not Spell Queller. Yeah, that matters. Stuff like that matters. So I should have played the Spirit, the big Spirit. Against red, white, I much rather play stuff early, so I'm putting in the big blocker. And okay, this we have to draw something. I mean, we have mutation, which is pretty slow, and then we have drag under. But we have to find an enabler for the Vexing Scuttler, and if we do that, it should be fine. I also would like to be able to self-mill a bit, so that the mutation can stop something big with a Stitcher's Graph on it, I guess. Land into land wasn't perfect. But drag under still can bounce any play, and then hopefully we find something. Yeah, we'll just drag under now. Or maybe Stitch Mangler, and then drag under if he equips. And then we have a blocker out, yeah, that's better. And we also have an enabler if we want to flash out the Scuttler ahead of time. So if they have like a 4-drop now, no they didn't, okay. But we can still just drag under then, I guess. Start to get stuff in our graveyard, draw more enablers. Yeah, an attack for 2. Could do that. See if he has something here. No. Okay, but that's good. Then I buy some time against the Stitcher's Graft. All the emerge guys and none of the enablers. And then this is also something about the emerge deck. Sometimes you draw one half of the deck, and then it's actually pretty awkward. Okay, so that guy will actually now already be a 5/6 that will turn into like a 9/8, 8/7. I can take one hit from it, but then we have to try to do something. I mean, maybe later we could put spontaneous mutation on it. I mean, if he de-equips, the Conduit of Storms die. Vexing Scuttler can get back drag under. Seems like we could use that later. It's not big enough to block the Conduit, but if he just uses his whole turn to flip that guy, we can bounce it the turn after. So it feels like I just want to get... yeah, because the 5/7 is not big enough to block the Conduit when it's flipped either way. So I think I will just play the Scuttler and get back the removal spell. We can still have spontaneous mutation up for something. And I guess the Drownyard Explorer was a decent draw. Gets a clue and another sack outlet. For being red-white, our opponent's deck has not been that aggro, but playing Stitcher's Graft signals aggro to me. And sadly, I think we just have to take it here. Let's see if he moves all in on flipping it as well. I mean, he knows about drag under. So if he has another play, I don't think he should go for. Or maybe he's just super aggro. Okay. Could put spontaneous mutation on it, but I don't know. It's 1 damage. Then what? Attack for 4. I mean, we could raise this. Now that guy is locked down. And we don't have to play Drag Under now. We can also draw a card. Because now, hopefully... Yeah, okay, I guess we could just Wretchgriff. We have mana for it. Try to put some pressure and putting more stuff in the graveyard so that the mutation will be good later. Let's see. Okay, the Extractor again. A card that I mean, in a red-white deck I would never play that card. I think it's pretty bad. And Delirium isn't really a thing in Eternal Masters now, Eldritch Moon, because you don't get that many Delirium cards from the 2 first packs, so I think that Delirium has gotten a lot worse. We are drawing a lot of lands, but I guess we can also draw cards. And the 8/7 will come back next turn, but it still feels like I just want to bounce the 3/2 so he just gets stuck with an 0/3 and draw another card. Drawing more lands obviously isn't perfect, but we can take one more hit from the 8/7 and then keep the pressure going. Yeah, I will actually just kill the 3/2 so that then we got the 2, I guess a 3 for 1, because we draw a card, kill a guy, and he had to sacrifice a plains. So that's these. And yeah, and we can also, yeah, because now we can also play Spontaneous Mutation on the 8/7 and just take 5. And yeah, because now if that guy attacks and we don't die somehow with like a lot of pump spells, I mean, we still can reduce the power by 3, and then we can play a behemoth. I guess it's a bit risky, but I don't want to sit back and chump block that guy. That's not how we win. So we'll have to hope that he doesn't have like 2 pump spells or something. And the mutation will be even better next turn because we will crack the Terrarion. So we just have to survive this turn. And then I think it's fine. He could have something. Hopefully it's not double strike. Okay, but that's fine. It's still, it hurts, but now it's tapped and we get to do stuff again. I guess he can start making 1/1s. It's pretty close. Thermal Alchemist, yeah, annoying. Hopefully we can get into a situation where he has to block with it. If he has like another good play now, it could be even closer. Removal. I mean, we have drawn a lot of lands this game. Pretty flooded actually. But now we just have to, I mean, that guy doesn't untap, so we just have to keep on attacking. Hope that he takes it. Good. And then we just hardcast the behemoth if we don't find anything else. Yeah, we have basically drawn all our lands soon. Okay, Brute. Perfect. Now we can play that guy and have a merge up. And now, this is where Spontaneous Mutation really shines, because now I'm not even scared for the 0/7. Yeah, good. Finally, a non-land card. Okay. something big. Bedlam Reveler. Pretty good to draw now when he's down to 1 card. Discarding a land. But still, he has a 07. And we can emerge out the Behemoth. He has to chump block with both. And he untaps with a minus something 7. And yeah. I mean, we have 11 lands to our opponent's 7. But we have big creatures. And we can also play the Griff if something weird happens. We're going to 3, so we could die to a top deck burn spell. That would be annoying, but otherwise, I guess it's another win. He can make 1 blocker, but none of them can block fly. No, he's dead if he makes a blocker. Yeah, both of the Griffs are flying, the other guys are big. I guess the -1/7 can block one of the big guys, but I mean he doesn't know that we have all lands in hand either. Yeah, but the cultist Griff combo was pretty sweet. Okay, so he's cycling through his deck now, and the white removal part that actually also comboed with the emerge guy that picks them back from the graveyard, the Vexing Scuttler, really worked out. So yeah, let's see if we were drawing any removal. So we also had the declaration on top and some more lands. Yeah, so I guess the Jimmy curse is real. I'll get Jimmy back on the train as soon as possible, and then we'll try to get a sweet 3-0 again. See you then. Bye bye.